Hello and welcome to my review of the Sisters of Battle Imagifier. What a lovely, lovely model. One of the most beautiful models in the Sisters of Battle range, I hope you'll agree, and great value, £17.50. Yes, she comes in a clamshell pack, but I really feel like the Dialogus should have come in a clamshell pack too. We're going to have a closer look at her. I'll do some size comparisons and then we'll go through all of the rules. So yeah, I mean, in this colour scheme, when you're able to paint this simulacrum or, you know, whatever it is, it's some kind of statue, it looks incredible. Then she's really gonna stand out amongst your whole Sisters of Battle army. The sheet is quite nice as well because you only get a small, because you get plenty of painting guides on the back. You can always check out Games Workshop's painting videos, I guess. However, you only get a small data sheet at the bottom with hardly any of the rules and things. Unlike the Dialogus, it would have been nice if they included all of them in with that little sheet. So let's have a look at her in the flesh, up close and personal. So she's got this lovely hooded head. You don't know what's going on under there. Looks fantastic though. Beautiful armour with some beads, some studs on the body glove and the power armour itself. You've got this holstered bolt gun in this pouch thing. Interesting. In a way, it's not held with a band, it's just held onto the power armour itself, which is an interesting way of holding a bolt gun. I haven't really seen it happen before. Usually they're slung over the arm or glued onto the power armour. The power armour must interface with it magnetically, I don't know. And then you've got the power plant, which has got this nice fleur-de-lis icon on there. She's got her left hand outstretched with the fingers easily accessible, and then you've got a fleur-de-lis icon there on the greave of the power arm, the knee joint there. Now let's have a look at this simulacrum or statue or whatever you want to call it. It's beautiful. It's got this amazing, I want to call it a blessed blade rather than a power sword because it's really long and thin. You've got this ecclesiarchy symbol. She's holding a chalice. She's got the lovely armour on as well. She's got a halo with 3 roses, and she's surrounded by roses with some scrolls. If you look at her rear, she's got another little symbol there with a fleur-de-lis icon. So yeah, a load of detail, even like little icons on the staff or the rod to hold her up. You can see her shoulder pauldron there, it's quite standard. Got fleur-de-lis icon on the hood and one on the right side. Lovely to put together. You know, I would suggest you put together the statue thing first, and then once she's completely done, then sort of glue it into place and glue it onto the base as well if you can. They're my kind of tips. So spare parts, you only get one spare part, and that is the optional head, which isn't shown anywhere on the artwork, I don't think, but this is the head that you get if you want to choose that. It's nice. It's got the grills at the side, it's got fleur-de-lis icon on the top and studs on the lower lip. If I was going to get a second one, which I probably will, I'll pick this helmet next time. Got no issues there. I like both of the heads that this model comes with. Yeah, great, especially good for the money too. Okay, let's have a look at some size comparisons and then we'll go through the rules. So the number of models I want to do size comparisons with, typically the other elite choices, which is the Dialogus, which is right here on the big Terminator base, and the Hospitaller, which is right here on a massive 50mm base, I think that is. I think it is a 50mm base. All three are elite choices, but both of these either side are the same price. They're £22.50. I mean, looking at it, I think the Hospitaller is quite good value for £22.50 when you look at what you're getting with the Dialogus. I still think the Dialogus should be 20 or even the same price as the Imagifier, because although it came in a box, it could have easily have been put in a clamshell pack for the same price. And the only extra thing you're getting is this little floaty stand, I want to call it for better part. It's not really a pulpit. Judith the Router is really on a pulpit kind of thing. But yeah, that's just a little size comparison where she stands up. She is herself a bit smaller than them, but you know, the Hospitaller, for all intents and purposes, she's the same height. It's just Hospitaller's on a bit of a scenic base, as you can see, and the Dialogus is a tiny bit taller, but that's because she's got her head raised. So you know, size-wise, she does conform to the rest of the sisters. They've got I think that's a Sister Superior right here. So similar height there. I've got the new Canon S right there with a Blessed Blade. So similar height there. So she does fall in line with the aesthetics of all of the sisters range, but with this big statue thing, she definitely stands out. I just want to do a couple more size comparisons with the range. So there's Saint Celestine. If I can zoom out a bit more, just give you an idea of how high this statue simulacrum is. It's almost taller than Saint Celestine. In fact, she's probably almost at kissing height. Give it a little peck on the cheek and then fly off. You're getting a miracle dice for that, I think. And then a Penitent Engine, or Anchorite in this case, is taller than an Anchorite. So yeah, it's quite a standout little model. And then next to a tank, so an Exorcist. Yeah, it goes up to the same height almost as the organ player of the Exorcist. So quite a tall model, really, in the grand scheme of things. And then compared to a couple of other Imperium models, such as Space Marine on the left and a Primaris on the right, she is, yeah, similar height to a Space Marine, which is, yeah, odd. But then a Primaris is, yeah, a fair bit taller and way bulkier. So that's how she sort of measures up to them. And this is my part of the review where I will go through all of her rules. So there's a couple of things you can do with the Imagifier. You can use her as a separate elite choice as an Imagifier, or you could just use her as a sister of battle in a Battle Sisters squad with holding a Simulacrum Imperialis. Up to you. If you want a more sort of fancier Battle Sister squad. She works very well in a squad. So if you choose the other option to have her as a separate elite choice, she will cost you a power points cost of a 2 and a points cost of 45. Very cheap in my opinion. 45 points is worth it. Let's go through her stat line then. So she's a movement of 6 inches, a weapon skill and ballistic skill of 3+, strength and toughness of both 3, 4 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8, and a save of 3+. How does that compare to a normal Sisters of Battle? Well, she does have a better ballistic skill at 3+. She's got 3 more extra wounds at 4. She's got 2 more attacks at 3, and she's got a better leadership of 8 and the same save as a 3+. So she does have a better stat line, all in all, than a Battle Sister Superior. And she does have a better stat line than both the Dialogus and the Hospitaller. This is why I'm wondering whether the Imagifier, whether the weapon skill is a typo. But she does have a better weapon skill than both of those two other elite choices. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a melee weapon that can take advantage of that. She's a single model equipped with a bolt gun, frag grenades and crack grenades. So at least she has a bolt gun, other than the other two, which just have bolt pistols. The bolt gun works as normal. So do the frag and crack grenades. Her abilities, she has Axe of Faith, Sacred Rites and Shield of Faith, so she's getting that invulnerable save as well. Now, this is the main reason why you pay the 45 points for, not just the 3 attacks and the 4 wounds, but you're paying for this ability called the Litany of Deeds, whereby during deployment, after you have set up this model on the battlefield, you select one of the following tales. This model has that ability until the end of the battle. So you've got 3 choices here, and it affects your whole army for the whole battle. You can't swap them, change them midway. You're paying 45 points for this thing. So there's 3 of them. There's the Tale of the Faithful, Tale of the Stoic, and Tale of the Warrior. Now the Tale of the Faithful, you can re-roll Deny the Witch tests taken for models in order units, whilst their unit is within 6 inches of any friendly models with this ability. That's quite good if you're going against a purely psychic army. Tale of the Stoic, weapons and armor penetration characteristic of -1 are treated as having an armor penetration characteristic of 0 when resolving attacks against order units whilst they are within 6 inches of any friendly models with this ability. Now I'm thinking that they have to be within 6 inches of her, because technically she's the friendly unit that has that ability, which is a bit poor because it's quite short range, 6 inches, and it is only for AP -1, not like AP -2. Like AP -2 doesn't become AP -1, it doesn't say that, it clearly says AP -1 treated as 0. And then finally, Tale of the Warrior. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of models in order units whilst their unit is within 6 inches of any friendly models with this ability. Again, that's an only 6-inch range, but you're getting an extra strength, which will help them with their, because they've only got strength 3 anyway. Then the keywords: Imperium, Adeptus Ministorum, Adeptus Sororitas, Character, Infantry, and Imagifier. So there you go. Whether you think any of those abilities are worth it is up to you. Like I say before, dual purpose in a way. You can use her in a Battle Sister squad, just as a sister with the Simulacrum Imperialis if you wish. I think she's a very cool model. If I'm missing anything in the rules and how good she actually is, please do put it in the comments below. But what do you guys think of the model? It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.